Hey, welcome back. Today, we're working on the Lincoln again. We got some little things we're going to do to it, nothing crazy, but just kind of an update on the lowering it for $25. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's pretty good. We're currently in the process of finding new tires for this car because about 10,000 miles ago, we cut the springs in this car, dropped it, and then did nothing else. We didn't get an alignment, we haven't replaced any steering parts, any suspension. So it's 100,000 miles and 30 years old. Things start going bad. And with that, we have a really bald driver tire. So we're gonna get all that squared up. I'm not that guy. I don't have an alignment machine here. We're just we're gonna find a reputable shop in town, get it squared up. But what we're gonna do in the meantime is we're going to roll the fenders just a little, because the whole last year we have been chewing up the tire. I don't know if you can see this on camera that well, but this side of the tire is just totally chewed up because there's not a lot of space right here. So I've been every once in a while beating this lip back in with a mallet, and it looks terrible. So about a year ago, I bought this tool to roll the fenders. It's pretty cool. We'll see how it works. At the time, I did not have a heat gun. So when I started working on it, I cracked the paint a little bit, said, I'm done. We'll come back to this later. Well, you know, 10,000 miles or 12,000 miles in a year later, it's later. So let's go ahead and get this squared up. There's a spider web on the camera. So let's go ahead and get this squared up today. We're just gonna do a little bit of maintenance here on the car, nothing crazy, because we're gonna take it to Atlanta later this month and hopefully get the transmission rebuilt with my uncle. We'll see how that goes. Here goes nothing. Here's the tools we're gonna use today. We got the Harbor Freight heat gun and the Amazon/eBay special on the fender roller. So we're gonna go ahead and jack the car up, get this wheel off, throw this on there, and I don't know, maybe we'll roll the fenders just a little bit. I'm not like wanting like a huge flare or nothing like that. We're just trying to bend that lip up just enough so that we don't scrub the wheel anytime we go anywhere or do anything, because it's been scrubbing pretty bad, and you know, it's part of the game. I mean, you know, beauty is pain, right? And I don't know, I think this thing looks pretty sweet, so it's worth it. But if we can make it better, let's make it better. We're gonna keep trying to source a new used set of front tires for this thing. Goofy sizes, they're 19s, they're for Mustang wheels. They're expensive. If we can save a few bucks by getting some used set of tires, because we got a lot of stuff around here, and so not everything can get new stuff. Used tires on my dailies. They work till they don't, then you find a new one. It is what it is. Let's go ahead, get all this stuff squared up. There's a train coming. I gotta stop recording anyways. Get this car jacked up. Should be a quick little video. I don't think anything too crazy. And we'll kind of go from there. Alright, we've got the car jacked up and secured. We've got the wheel fender roller mounted on here. You can see how it works. Basically, you're going to roll this back and forth. But what we're going to do first is we're going to heat this thing up. Heat this lip all the way up, all the way around, as much as we can, without, you know, damaging the paint, which is going to be an art and not a science, I believe. And once that's done, we're going to give it a quick few love taps with a mallet just to get that initial bend up, and then we'll use this to kind of massage it the rest of the way in. Just kind of, you know, get a nice little finish off of it. But we'll probably do most of our bending actually with a hammer, and by hammer I mean mallet. You know, the orange one from Harbor Freight. You've seen it. So let's go ahead and get this thing heating up. See if we can get you guys charged and video at the same time. That's going to be the real thing, because you're almost dead. Let's see how this Harbor Freight heat gun works. So I guess we'll go at it's out of 7, so let's start at 5. And number 3. Yep, that's hot. And I'll have to show you guys, we've been doing some self-clearancing in here with these wheels. I ordered some inch spacers, so that's going to be the next thing to help make this thing better. Is we're just going to suck those wheels in just 1/4 of an inch, and hopefully that'll help us give us enough room to actually align the car. Because right now, the way that the wheels are, I don't think it'd be able to be aligned because they stick out too far and hit the fender. But if we suck it in just that 1/4 of an inch, that might just be what we need to get this thing going. We'll see. You know, this is a learning curve. We'll keep at it and see what happens. Let's kind of set that there. Alright, don't catch on fire. Alright, so I don't know where my orange hammer is, so we're going to use this one. I guess it is still orange technically. That's not too bad. It's not cracking the paint. That's a nice little initial bend in. Let's work on this side now. And this is where I cracked the paint last time. Not my finest work. Turn it down a little bit because I'm so close. Just keep it moving, right? You definitely don't want to bake one spot. That would, I'm almost positive, burn your paint. Alright, there you go. That's working more like I expected. You guys see it moving just a little bit? So let's go ahead and get some more heat back on this because it's just about cooled off now after that debacle. We'll get it going. Alright, that's just about hot to the touch now. So let's go ahead and crank this thing out. I'm just going to roll on it a little bit. Oh, it's definitely rolling it up. Well, except for the paint that's cracked from when I cracked it before, this really doesn't seem too bad. I mean, right here that was the worst spot is really, really tucked up now. So, will it rust up here now because junk gets stuck behind there? I don't know, maybe. But we should be scrubbing far less. And it never really rubbed back here. It was really only right here. Pretty pleased with that. Fender's got a little bit of a wave to it, but I don't think anything that's terribly noticeable. And honestly, that probably happened before today. It's nice and bent up right there. A little bit of paint flake, but I think that's for me the first time. But I'll show you some other self-clearancing we got going on in here. You can see on the frame right there, tires rubbing. You can see up here, it's actually rubbed all the way through that, along with right there, and maybe right there. So yeah, these Mustang wheels are a little bit too big to go inside this Lincoln, but dang it, do they look cool. Go ahead and repeat that on the other side. We'll wait for the spacers to get in tomorrow. We'll get them bolted up, and I'll show you how they look. It should look about the same, so that's cool because it doesn't change the look of the car. But I'm hoping that we'll see, you know, a little bit better drivability. And then we're going to go get this thing squared up because it pulls to the left pretty good. I don't know why. Maybe because some idiot cut the coils on it, but I guess we'll see. So, not too bad. Heat gun in this tool worked pretty good. If you need to roll some fenders, you know, was heat gun 25 bucks, and the roller was, I believe, 40 on Amazon a year ago. So, you know, for 60 bucks to roll your fenders and not bubble the paint or crack the paint, doesn't seem like that bad of an investment. Well, alright guys, we're back out here today. Work on the Lincoln again. We got our wheel spacers in, so we can finally take these ones off, which I totally forgot were a little chewed up. Somebody took the hub centric and said we don't need that. Thanks Kevin for letting me use those for a year. Expect those back shortly. I picked these up, and yeah, some Amazon special wheel spacers. They're gonna fit just nice, and they are 1 inch, and they're gonna fit these wheels. I went ahead and mocked up over here so you can see, you know, there we go. It's gonna look good. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this cleaned up and installed and torqued down and all that fun stuff. And I did finally find a set, and actually I mean a whole set of used tires for this car. We're not going to use the rears, or we're not going to replace the rears. These rear tires are totally fine. Even tread for days on those. You can see got a little bit of a camber issue on this side, and a little bit of a fender chewing the tire off on that side. And that's the good one. This one is way worse. I think we got a toe issue because it is toast. I mean, it's just totally smooth right there. We're just low on tread all over on this tire, so we're gonna get that one off. We're gonna throw a couple good ones on. You know, when you're looking at a whole set of tires for 150 bucks opposed to, I don't know, 1100, I'm gonna take that deal. Yep, we're gonna take that one. So nothing against you know, guys that only buy new tires, whatever. We're not there. We're a used tire shop around here. Honestly, if I could have found used tires to put on the Edsel, that would have used tires on it. Just can't find used 14s. The only car that gets new tires is the wife's car, because she drives a lot every day. I don't. So used tires is the way. Especially when you're playing around with different wheels and setups and sizes. You're gonna keep buying brand new tires every single time you want to mess with something? Doesn't make any sense. But enough ranting. Let me get these mounted up. Be able to see how much space there is back inside there. Hopefully we're not rubbing. Maybe we'll take it around the block. There's one spot in particular in town that I want to go to and see if it rubs, and I'll get that on video on Tuesday. It is Sunday night right now. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. We'll see if it rubs. Don't do this on a nice car. Don't have somebody who knows what they're doing will do it, because apparently I cracked the paint on both sides, even with the heat gun. Or the paint was already cracked from me beating the crap out of the fenders to begin with, which that's more likely the case. But you know, I can't be so certain because I didn't look that hard before I started messing around with this stuff. You don't want these falling off. And what we'll do is we're gonna get these nice and tight now, and when we get our wheels, we will check these again. Just grease snug them if they need it. And I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just, you know, getting them on there nice and tight. I'm not even running any Loctite or nothing like that. You know, the biggest thing I've noticed is that you have to have enough threads. So you see how the threads are sticking out past the nut? I was having issues on the Edsel, and that was because there wasn't enough threads. Wasn't enough friction to hold it on. Let's do a little check, make sure they're all good. Yep. There we go. Alright. That shouldn't go anywhere. So let's go ahead and get the wheel back on. Then we'll do the same thing to the other side. And we'll see you guys on the road. Alrighty, it's been a while since we filmed on the cell phone. Fresh haircut, as you can see, it's been a while. But we finally have the new tires on the car. We have the spacers on the car. And yeah, a little different size tire. It's a little bit taller than I wanted. But I'm going to go over this bump here in a second, and I'll let you know when. And it is notoriously terrible for scraping in this car. It was rough. So I'm going to take it at a little bit of a faster speed, and we can hear what's going on. So before, I used to have to slow down and straighten the wheels for it not to scrape. We're just gonna go like this. Look at that. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and count that as a win. Yeah, not too bad. Just a little update here on lowering the Lincoln for $25. You know, just had to get some different spacers for my application. You know, if you're running correct wheels and tires, you're probably not even having this problem. So we're just gonna go ahead and get everything squared up, and I mean, everything is squared up. I think we're just gonna kind of end it here. So just want to say thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time, and remember, like, subscribe, do all those things. I don't ask very much, but if you could, it'd help us out. So thanks again. We'll see y'all next time. Real quick, we're going to drop this car off at the only place in town seemingly that will do alignments on lower cars. Something about the new machines and whatever. But yeah, we're getting it done. Super cool, because even though the car drives so much better, if we don't get the alignment, then we're gonna have the exact same issue that we had before, which is chewing through tires in 10,000 miles. Albeit they're used tires, doesn't matter. Still don't want to chew through tires in 10,000 miles if you don't have to. So we're gonna get that squared up. We're dropping it off now. My brother-in-law's behind me somewhere, hopefully. to bring you back to the house. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Maybe I update the video with how it drives after an alignment, but I'm sure it'll drive just fine. And you know, this video isn't going to be that crazy, so maybe I can even get it out before I get the car back in a day or two. So anyways, we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Have you lowered your Lincoln or Panther platform? How do you feel it does? Because I have no issues, really. You know, beauty is pain, or whatever they say, so obviously it's not going to be perfect, but it's pretty dang cool for the cost. So I guess let me know. We'll see you guys later.